Hey, what's up, shitheads? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be checking out this super budget-friendly moped-style e-bike from the nice folks over at Hikeep. This is the MAL. It's currently selling for $699. And today, we're going to go over all the specs and features, do the fun part, take it for a test ride, and find out, is it worth that $699 price tag? Well, stick around and let's find out. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Hikeep MAL. This is a super budget-friendly bike, currently selling for only $699. Now, this is a moped-style e-bike. It means it has 20 by 4-inch fat tires with a knobby tread. This is going to be good for like a wide variety of terrain. We have a 48-volt, 15 amp hour battery. It works out to about 720 watt hours of capacity. In the rear, they rate this at 1,500 watts peak. This is a 750 watt motor. Just riding it a little bit, I'm guessing this thing peaks more or less right about 1,000 watts, but more on that when we ride. This is a full suspension bike, and in the rear we have this unique 4 shock absorber setup. And in the front we have a dual crown hydraulic fork with just adjustable compression. We have your standard metal pedals, motorcycle style seat, plastic fenders front and rear. Hikeep claims this bike will fit riders between 5'6" and 6'5". For reference, I'm 6'2", and this is what I look like on the Hikeep MAL. This bike claims a weight capacity of 330 pounds. Being that this is a budget-oriented bike, cuts have been made in some places, and one of those places is the brakes. These are mechanical disc brakes front and rear with 180 millimeter rotors. This bike has a Shimano 7-speed cassette with Shimano 7-speed derailleur. We have a dual wall chain ring up in the front. It looks to me about 42 tooth. Now this is a class 3 e-bike, meaning this will do 20 miles an hour on throttle and a top speed of 28 miles an hour while pedaling. But we'll have to test that when we get that out on the road. Charge at 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. This bike ships with a 2 amp charger, meaning you can charge this from 0 to full in about 7.5 hours. Up here to the cockpit of the MAL, we have these nice rubberized grips with the palm support. Over here on the left, we have the headlight switch, turn signals, and horn. This is your power control panel, and more on that in just a minute. This is our color LCD display, 7-speed Shimano shifter, and we have an ignition switch for this bike. Wuxid branded mechanical disc brake handles. The MAL has a keyed ignition, so it means you have to have the key in this switch. Turn it to the right, and that turns on the battery power. And to turn on the bike, you're going to hold the power button here on the left for just a second, and that illuminates your color LCD display. Speedometer, battery gauge, pedal assist indicator, and there's 5 levels to choose from. There's additional information at the bottom. We have tripometer. You can tap the information button. We have tripometer, odometer, max speed, and average speed. This bike is equipped with a headlight. So to turn on the headlight, you can tap the headlight button here, which illuminates this nice ring style LED headlight. As well as that illuminating the headlight, it also illuminates the taillight in the rear. This bike is also equipped with turn signals. One funny thing is you can turn them both on at the same time, which kind of makes it act like a emergency flasher. All right, guys, here we are out and about on the Hikeep MAL. Now, disclaimer here, I've actually invented time travel, but this is a couple weeks later because the initial time I tried to unlock this bike, I wasn't able to, and they had to send me out a new controller, and I'm going to show you how to unlock the bike now. So to unlock this bike, you want to hold the throttle, full throttle, hold both brake handles, and this really helps if you have 3 hands. Turn the ignition on, and then once that's on, you want to turn on the power with the handles still pressed and the ignition on, and then hold for 20 seconds. Once I did that, I was able to unlock this bike, and that's how you do it. But keep in mind, guys, the initial controller that I had come with this bike, I was not able to unlock this bike, and they had to send me another one. The first controller was only 11 amps. Now this one is rated at 22 amps, which means this bike is just over 1,000 watts. Where they say this is a 1,500 watt peak, it's really gonna only put out about maybe 1,100 tops. But anyways, I feel better now that I've got that out of my system. Let's go ahead and take the MAL out for a ride. Okay, let's go over these pedal assist settings here. So pedal assist 1, looks like it takes us up right to about 8 miles an hour. Pedal assist 2, feel that power coming in. 2 is gonna get us up to about 14 miles an hour. Pedal assist 3, 20 miles an hour. Pedal assist 4, woo, we're cooking with gas now. Looks like we're about 24 miles an hour, and pedal assist 5 is going to take us all the way to the promised land, but we will try that one a little bit later. So So I can definitely tell you the difference between the initial controller that came on this, which was 11 amps, which would be right about 500 watts, to the unlocked controller that's in there now, is pretty drastic. This bike feels significantly quicker. So far not doing a ton of pedaling on here, but the way the pedals work, they kind of push forward a little bit and you're back on the seat. So me being 6'2", I feel like it's not too bad to pedal this bike. Anyways, here we are in the Planks of Doom. So far so good. The planks have a little bit of leaves falling on them, just to add a little more layer of danger here. So if we go sliding off these leaves and into the blackberry bushes of pain, you'll know why. So far, this 20x4 inch fat tire e-bikes has no problem with the planks. It was nice and maneuverable. Zipping through in record time. Oh yeah. This might be the Planks of Doom champion, really. You planning on doing a lot of Planks of Doom? Guys, at $699, the Hikeep MAL is not a bad option. Hikeep said this has a weight capacity of 330 pounds. It says it'll fit riders between 5'5" and 6'6". For reference, here's what I look like at 6'2" on the Hikeep MAL. All right, being that this is a 20x4 inch fat tire e-bike, we should be able to tackle a decent amount of terrain, such as this little off-road shortcut here. Going over some grass, dirt, and coming up here to some gravel. Now, having a wider contact patch on your tires, such as a 4-inch, is great if you're going to be traversing over terrain like this. Where smaller tires will have a tendency to dig into like looser terrain like this, the fat tires will just glide right over it. All right, let's see how fast we can get going on the MAL. We are in pedal assist 5, unlocked controller, and 3, 2, 1, we're off. It's got a little soft start to it, but we're getting moving. 15, 20. 25. Oh God. Oh God. 28. 29. 30 miles an hour. With my body weight, looks like we're gonna top out just about 30 miles an hour. So just a hair over class 3 specifications. This bike feels decently maneuverable. I like that about the 20-inch tires. They're not as cumbersome, not as slow to change directions as the 26-inch tires that you see on a lot of these bikes. And let's see here, hands-free test. Yeah, this thing feels nice and solid. No wobbles detected. Overall, I've kind of been just riding around in pedal assist 3. Not really pedaling, wanting to pedal too much, but you know, pedaling's an option. About 20 miles an hour, I feel like I'm still getting resistance in the pedal, so the gearing is pretty good for like class 3 speeds you can achieve on this bike. The saddle, not the plushest, not the most comfy saddle I've ever had, but definitely not the worst. We are coming off the road and back onto the bike trails. Since we got full suspension, let's do a little off-roading here. Definitely not the strongest climber. I can already tell it was struggling a little bit coming up that hill. Keep in mind, I am 250 pounds, a lighter rider. This bike would probably get up those hills significantly easier. Just cruising right along, and you know, it doesn't feel too bad, not too bumpy here on this grass and dirt road. Dropping in. Just flying right along. Woo! 24x4-inch tires themselves also help absorb some of the bumps from the trails. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the test, the brake test. Let's see how well the brakes work on the MAL. Now, being these are mechanical disc brakes, 160 millimeter rotors, these aren't the best or highest grade brakes out there. But that being said, they work fine. And what I've noticed with mechanical brakes is you just have to hit the handles harder to get them to stop. And sometimes they're more prone towards squealing. I've noticed a tiny bit of squealing on this bike, but overall, I feel like you're gonna be able to stop this bike adequately. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at Misery Hill. Let's see how well the Hikeep MAL does. I have it in pedal assist 5 in the lowest gear. So far, so good, but we haven't really started climbing yet. Guarantee I'm gonna have to put in some input on this one. And we're putting in input. We're going. Oh yeah, it's not enjoying life right now. But we're getting it done. I'm about 7 miles an hour, but I'm putting in a significant amount of input from my own legs. So I can tell you guys, if you want to do a lot of climbing, maybe the MAL is not the bike for you. But we're gonna get it done without stopping, I'll tell you that much. Coming around the final corner, really pushing into these pedals right now. And ladies and gentlemen, we have climbed to the top. That being said, not the most impressive hill climbing performance on Misery Hill. Oh my God, guys, I almost forgot to demonstrate my favorite feature. The horn. This thing has a pretty nice horn. Another thing I'm noticing, this bike's overall very quiet. Not noticing any like clanking or banging around. Got plastic fenders, so you're not going to hear a bunch of noise being transmitted from like pebbles or rocks hitting it. And the motor you can hear the motor, but it's not overly loud either. So guys, if you're going to be riding in situations like this where you're sharing the trail with other people and you don't want to make a big commotion, well, the MAL's got you covered. Well, there you guys have it. It's the Hikeep MAL. Overall, it's not a bad bike, especially for the price, $699. I feel like this is going to be a decent option for somebody who wants to get their kid an e-bike, or a lighter rider who's not going to have to worry about getting into too much trouble, or just wants to have fun on something and not spend a ton of money. This is going to be a decent bike. The brakes are okay. You got a 15 amp hour battery. It's not the biggest battery. An okay amount of power, guys. This bike's okay at a lot of stuff, and for the price, believe it or not, that's okay. But the one thing you want to make sure, you get the controller that is unlockable. So if you get your bike, you do the steps to unlock it and it doesn't work for you, you might want to contact Hikeep, see if they can send you out a controller. But anyways, guys, if you're interested in purchasing one of these, you can use the link in the description of this video. If I have any coupon codes, I'll have them down below for you as usual. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.